Hey, I'm Justin, and this is my 18th video here on the Spark Vitality YouTube channel. This channel is a designed culmination of my thoughts and my notes. And this video is number 18 of my thoughts, and that is that you are the average of the however many people that you spend the most amount of time with. And if you spend your most time with like 3 people every day, then you would be somewhere around their similar belief systems or their similar habits or their similar jokes or genres or themes or that kind of mindset that they have. Sometimes if you were to think about it like who you are is 1 point on a scale, and who your closest 3 other people are, or 4 or 5 people, whoever it is that you spend the most amount of time with, then take a rubber band and stretch it from their point to your point. You can only technically go as far as all of the rubber bands will let you go. That is how subconsciously we would work. And this is all from what I have seen over all of the information based on multiple different types of genres of documentation, whether it be like the DSM or it be, other types of studies. And in fact, I'll even tell you about multiple other studies that have proven that we are a victim of our environment, and we are trying to kind of people please, and we are kind of trying to survive, because the worst thing that someone else can do to you, the absolute worst thing that anyone in the entire world can do, and this is the funniest thing to me because this has happened to me so many times in my life, is nothing. Right? Like nothing. So you expect something out of someone, and what happens? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, if they did something, at least a little bit, at least they did something, right? Most people, when they help you, will not meet your expectations. They will either come short or they will go above your expectations. Every single time, it's like a scale. It's like the price on the ticker on the price market on the, what's that thing called? The stock market, right? As the price of the stock goes up and down, it could potentially be more valuable or less valuable. So just like someone helping you with something, it could be every single time is different. It could be helpful more and more, or it could be helpful less and less. So the people that you are around, whenever you are helping them or whenever they are helping you, is it benefiting you towards your goal, and is it benefiting you towards your vision? If you are trying to be a astronaut, maybe it's a little bit more beneficial that your daily conversations are a little bit more astronaut or astrally based. Maybe you should be thinking a little bit higher based. However, if you live in a normal small town where nobody has those desires, because they don't have anything that sparks their interest, because they don't have any types of hands-on interest, they don't have any types of hands-on or physical role models or anybody there that would be kind of like saying, hey, this is a dream and this is a possibility for you. Because most people just think that all these things are fictional characters. They're not real. They're just somebody sensationalizing an idea of what something could be if you were to go and create it. So The biggest idea is, the biggest evil idea is that the devil doesn't actually do anything because he doesn't actually exist. I believe that 100%, and I want to make an entire video just on that, because everything that's evil and everything that's bad that happens just comes from flesh, just comes from the carbon, just comes from those molecules that when you really look at the numbers on the molecules ends up being like 666. So the point is, you want to be able to not fall a victim to your environment and let your environment benefit you. And if your environment is not benefiting you, it isn't the devil. It is something influencing your environment, or it's something influencing you from the environment. So if you were to see an ad for something, maybe 2-3 weeks later, it would have planted enough of a seed in your head that you now would be doing whatever it is that it said to do, or you'd be much more accustomed to it, or you'd be ready for it, or you'd be willing to accept it, or you would forget and think that that was your old friend that said that to you, not the commercial, or whatever the case would be. But the fact that this happening, and then this happened, and then now all of a sudden you need to consciously overcome it because you're a human. You were born in a certain situation. You might be born in the middle of Illinois, and then all of a sudden now you're living in Florida, and now you got to figure out how you're going to go through life with all of these types of people and with all of these different types of patterns in life that will get you food and get you a job and get you, the cars and get you resources to be able to satisfy a family. And that's kind of the difficult part is everything in life has to do with the people around you. So as I grew up, I had a certain type of people around me, and those types of people may or may not have encouraged me in ways that I felt like I needed to be doing this, to be doing video, to be doing production work, to be artwork. And that's what I really want to do, is just artwork. I have a plethora of ideas, and this is only number 18, and it's probably like 500 if I actually kept numbering them and writing them out. But one of the beauties of it is that I number everything with a journal system that is infinite, so it'll never run out. So it'll tell me the exact time and date and minute that I wrote every single thing that I did. The point of this video is that you need to watch what manipulations and not manipulations, because one of the biggest one of the biggest experiments that they have is that other people will hurt you just because they are told to by other people. So if someone tries to help you by giving you advice, think about where did they get that advice? Because they may be told to give you that advice from someone else. What do I mean by that? Well, if they saw an ad for this RC car and you're an RC car person, that ad might not be beneficial to you because you actually know real RC car stuff. But that ad might be like a consumer ad. And because your mother's telling you about this RC car, you might think that she has good advice. But then because you go and look this up or whatever, you're like, oh, this is just normal stuff. She's trying to just help you. She's trying to show you that she loves you. She's trying to show you, but it's not helpful or whatever the situation may be. So you have to kind of take it with a grain of salt. Now think about it. If your brother was an RC car expert and he already went to conventions, he already went to all of the trade shows where they go through all the parts, and he's able to talk to all these other people, think about the expertise you would be able to get from that, and you wouldn't have to have done any of it, right? So then if he tells you to do something, maybe the advice that he's telling you is from a guru, a person that mentors other people with RC cars. And this person maybe has done their research, and they've broken 10 to 15 different cars, and now because they've gone through those experiences, they know what will work for you. So that advice would be a lot more justifiable. The problem is, in that there's this one experiment, I think it's the Milgram experiment, where they have a subject answer a series of questions, and they're being strapped up to an electric machine, and it is going to shock them every single time that they get a wrong answer. And the shock is being administered by a other subject who is being told to shock them whenever they get the wrong answer. The person knows that it's painful. The person knows that every single time that they press the button, that it gets more and more shocking, that it more and more hurting. So they can't see the other person getting shocked. They can only hear them maybe going, ow, ow, ow. Well, then it of course gets louder and louder, and eventually most people stop pressing the button. They refuse. Oh, no, I don't care if it's wrong. He's clearly in pain. It's clearly. And then it takes a certain type of person, though, to keep on pushing the button and keep on inducing the pain on the other person. So, at what point in time are the people around you even aware that you're in pain from their pushing of the button? Every action that you do around any other person is a button being pushed. You're either telling somebody something by being a role model or by physically telling them out loud. So, someone else is constantly manipulating you in that exact same way. So, if you wanted to be a pianist or someone that is an artist, it would be easy to get that 10,000 hours, or it'd be easy to get that vehicle, is the next thought and the next note that I would have. And I don't even have a number for that one. The vehicle would be, are you doing something that's actually going to be getting you to your vision? Is this going to be a goal that is going to get you to your vision? So 10,000 hours is a concept of for your vision to come true, you're going to have to put 10,000 hours into it. So why don't you build goals that would build up those hours, and then know that every single day you just got to knock out a little bit. Just knock out a couple hours on it, Every single day I'm trying to, now do something on the videos and try to get something out for every single day. So then by the end of the month, you have a large amount of hours done on that task that's going to take 10,000 hours. It's going to take a whole lot of time. So, whenever you want to get information from another person and you want to know what works, the problem is that they may be telling you the wrong vehicle. They may be telling you something that is correct in their world, but isn't correct whenever you actually take the measurement, you actually look at things. So the other idea, the other experiment that they did, someone did look it up. I don't know what the name of any of these really are. The line that's longer, which line is longer. So they asked this one guy which one of these lines is longer, and everybody else in the room said the wrong line. And then they did it 3 or 4 times. Well, eventually he was the later one to answer, and he saw that everybody else said it was that other wrong one, so he ended up just going ahead and going with it. So people around you are doing that same thing. If they're not consciously aware of what the real answer is, they're just going to go, okay, well, everybody said that that's the answer, that's what I'm going to do. That's insane. So once you really start to understand that you yourself could be doing that, just know that another person that just believes whatever they want to believe, of course they're going to do that. So think of the monkeys. Everything in life that you did comes down from your ancestors, right? You've been told to do it, told to use toilet paper this way, you're told to do your hygiene and brush your teeth this way, you're told to go to bed that way and sleep this way, and then you're told to, wear these shoes, and you're told to wear these fabrics, and you're told all this stuff, and it just keeps getting handed down. And it's almost like the monkey experiment. The monkey's jumping, right? So they put a whole bunch of monkeys in this room, and they put these bananas like just right out of their reach or just in their reach or whatever, and they go to jump for it, and they spray the monkeys to make sure that they don't jump anymore. And then eventually they stop jumping. Well, then they take one of the monkeys out and they put another monkey in, and that guy sees it and he goes to jump in there. They spray everybody, you know. So then every single time that new monkey would try to jump up, that the rest of them would go, no, we're gonna get sprayed, because they know. So I mean, obviously they would replace monkeys and they'd keep doing the experiment. Well, eventually they would have all monkeys that would never once got sprayed, and they would stop the other monkeys just because they knew, and the other monkeys kept telling them to. So the other experiment that's just like that is the lady that was standing up because of the beeping. So she goes into this waiting room, and this beep goes off, and everybody stands up. She's like, what in the world? So she just stays seated, and then eventually, after the third or fourth time, she starts standing up with them. Yeah, my voice went like that, because why would you stand up with them? She just felt compelled to stand up with them because she felt so awkward. It's like sitting during the Pledge of Allegiance, or somebody's got a standing ovation and you're like looking at everybody standing like, am I really going to stand here with two butts in my face, or am I going to stand up with this standing ovation, and then once I'm standing with the standing ovation, am I going to clap, or am I going to just stand there? It's like going to be awkward. So everything you do makes a statement, right? Everything you do is telling someone something, because either a role model or you're actually physically telling them it out loud. So with those ideas, it's just very interesting, because everybody's a victim of the environment. You're a victim of your environment. So having certain people around you, or knowing how to take in certain advice from certain people, like I missed out on a stock deal one time, and I was just sitting there the whole time for 2 weeks, just sitting there thinking about how he's like, no, just wait for the, I'm like, yeah, just wait for the, you know, just, and for some reason, I didn't take the advices from where it was coming from, and I didn't take an advice from myself, the person who like looked up that particular information, you know. They may have had stock information, but they didn't have that company's information. So it was very difficult to navigate advice in my head when I respect people so much and I trust people so much. And I'd think to myself, well, if they're saying that that's the truth, and if they're saying that that's the case, why wouldn't I? And I'm now coming to the realization that I really have to stop and think, what is factual? Where's the evidence? And what's the risk? Like, what are you really risking by taking this road or by taking that road? And when you realize you're actually taking more risk by doing it that way, because I'm guarantee you in most cases, if it really comes down to it, because you're contemplating it that way, is slow. It's patient. You should be making decisions like that. And you should be around people that make decisions like that. Once you realize how fast you can make $1 or make a decision or make a change in your life, how fast you can either lose weight, gain muscle, gain friends, move to a new environment, new city, new people, new whatever. If you realize how fast those things can actually happen in your life, it all takes people around you and determination and a conscious effort to make a change and a conscious effort to make goals and then follow those goals every single day. And it's very difficult because for me, I guess I'm very sensitive. So like any person around me or anything that's going on kind of sucks energy out of me a little bit, and it makes it very difficult to get your goals done on a daily basis, because it's almost like you want to stop and check out your friend or make sure your friend's okay, or stop and do something. It's like, and realistically, you could be going to work or going to do all these extra artwork that would be hopefully a benefit to your income to hopefully become a full-time income. So I think everybody should just be pursuing the perfect blend of happiness and resistance. And everybody around you is either going to be more happy or more resistance. And if you are truly planning out your day and truly planning out everything that you want to have as a vision in life, then the people around you are going to be the biggest contributor. And how your thoughts are communicated to those other people, like another video, how just everything, like everything that you do and say and think around them causes them to either benefit you or worse, not benefit you, not do anything to help you, give you a still face, just look at you, not do anything. That'd be the worst. That's my nightmare. I literally remember as a child waking up and just people still face, everybody just looking at you and then saying your name really low, Justin. It's just funny because like people are the biggest thing that drives your energy, or the biggest contributor to like suck the energy straight out of you. So I have many more thoughts. I want to make this video about 5 or 10 more times, but for now, please like, subscribe, comment what you like or don't like about the video. And I hope to see you on 19. Have a good night.